My brothers and sisters, this is ODJ, Oldest Drip Jones, MrDoItMan himself. And I'm back fresh off of my weekend in Washington, D.C. for the March on Washington 2020. And I just want to share with you all my experience that I had. And I must say that it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful and historic to be able to say that I walked where Dr. King walked and where he delivered his speech. It was really amazing to see all of the sights and to see all of the people gathered at the Lincoln Memorial during the different speeches that was going on. It's very powerful speeches, and it's just reiterating to me that a very large portion of people want the same thing, and we want justice. My brothers and sisters, what I came away from, two things really that I came away from this experience was, first and most importantly, is this experience debunked the view that black people can't get along. My brothers and sisters, while we were in the Lincoln Memorial, there were thousands and thousands of black people. There were other races there as well, but the majority of the ethnic group that was present, it was African American. And this notion that African Americans can't come together without any bickering, without any arguing, without any disputes is a lie. Because my brothers and sisters, once we got down off of the street, there was no police presence anywhere. There was no police presence while the speakers were speaking. There was no police presence during the march, and no one was acting a fool. No one was arguing. No one was cursing each other. We all were there for one common goal, and that was call for justice and call for a change in our legislature and to enact laws that continue to protect us as a racial group. The second thing I came away with is, my brothers and sisters, it is so important that we vote. Not only did people die for us to have this right, but voting is our voice. It is our voice. And I hate to hear my brothers and sisters talk about, well, my vote doesn't matter. Yes, your vote, in fact, does matter. And especially in a time like this, when this November 3rd is so important, every vote matters. Every vote counts. Because not voting is a vote for the evil that's in the White House, or even voting for a third party that may be on the ticket is a vote for the evil that is in the White House. And my brothers and sisters, we need to vote. We need to vote evil out. Now, with that said, with us voting in and a ticket that we all want to see prevail in November, the Biden-Harris ticket, we need to hold their feet to the fire, and we need to demand change and let them know that our vote isn't free. Our vote costs. And we have to band together and hold their feet to the fire and demand this change and demand that these laws are enacted and passed as well. But it doesn't start with the presidential race. It starts on our local level. We have to vote in attorneys, district attorneys, judges, sheriffs, councilmen. That's where it starts, because locally it impacts us first. You know, if we don't vote in the right judges, we don't have a say in who sits on the bench when our loved ones are up in the front of the judge and we need justice, you know, in the face of whatever we may be facing. So our vote is important. And my brothers and sisters, if our vote didn't matter, if our vote didn't count, they wouldn't be trying so hard to take it away from us. We're seeing present day voter suppression. We're seeing present day voter intimidation. The same thing that my mother and father were fighting for in the 50s and 60s, I'm fighting for today. And I do not want my grandchildren or my children to be fighting the same fight. We should not be fighting this fight, but it is the fight that we're fighting. And we have to fight it now more vigorously than ever before. So the March on Washington was beautiful. It was great to see all of my black brothers and sisters. And it was just a sea of blackness. And I love it. Beautiful black men and black women. It was just beautiful. All loving on one another, getting along with one another, networking with one another, connecting with one another, making friends that we didn't have before, and preferably some friendship that will last for a lifetime. So it was beautiful, but it doesn't stop here. We have to keep pushing forward, and we have to demand change, and we have to take change by force. And the only way we can do it is we have to vote. The black vote matters, my brothers and sisters. This is ODJ, Otis Drip Jones, Mr. Do It Man himself.